I've been meaning to get round to this summation of the election of 2015 in the United Kingdom. 10 days thinking about it, wondering what to say. In those 10 days I've learned that 25% of the voting electorate, those that chose to bother to go and vote, voted for the conservatives, as I like to call them. While standing outside the party conference in Birmingham a few years ago, I asked somebody leaving if he was a conservative, and he laughed. So what we have now for the next 5 years is a dictatorship, really, voted in by 25% of the voting electorate of the United Kingdom. And because of that simple fact that only 25% of the misguided electorate voted in an election that's in a nutshell really irrelevant. Because the system that we're sort of matrixed into is the thing that our efforts and our labour and our thinking and our need to make a buck, to earn a living, is down to funding a system that we're enslaved to. And so, from the highest in the realm to the lowest in the realm, we're enslaved to the law. And the law is mainly, on the whole, business law and economical law, when the only law that we should have is the law that says do no harm, as a civilized civilization should be saying. And when you do no harm, you're actually saying, well, really, I'm going to help my fellow man, help him to live a better lifestyle. It's as simple as that. David Cameron and all you want to be leaders, you have to ask everyone what sort of civilization they really want to live in. And most of them would say a peaceful civilization, surely. But you and this system promote wars across the planet, especially in the Middle East, and as far as the Americans are concerned, South America. They like to stir up things way down south. So that's what everybody that voted in this general election voted for. The continuation of the same old wars. And they voted for petty, selfish reasons, because everything in this system really is rooted in selfishness. You know, what's in it for me? That's the way this system works. Where's the love in that? But it's been programmed into us, hasn't it? You know, what's in it for me? And then you got the attitude that I'm all right, mate. You know, the way I am. I earn my living. And I do all right out of it, thanks. But that's what being trapped in the system is, isn't it? You know, and you get content with the system. You just, you know, live what you think is a comfortable lifestyle. Pardon me. But it isn't, is it? What it is it's a life filled with stress brought on by the system, the monetary system. The things that you worry about, how am I going to pay for that? I can't afford that. I can't afford to pay for my electric bill sometimes. And there's a lot of people that can't afford to pay for their electric bills. I've lost a lot of weight recently, so I've been told. No, just being silly. 5 years we've got. And even if the Labour lot had got in, it would have still been the same old, wouldn't it? The same old system that we all comply with. So, the question that should be asked to the people of the United Kingdom is, what sort of way of management do you think would be better than what it is, a simple-minded representative democracy, which is really, in the 21st century, far from being what a democracy was meant to be. She'll turn you off for a bit. I suppose I've said what I want to say. So, I suppose, I don't know the overall um, voting percentage figures for the percentage of the electorate that decided to bother to vote. I only heard that it was low on some news somewhere, but it might have been the BBC, because I do watch BBC, who have had information for several years about an alternative way of managing our civilization, nationally and internationally. But what they've done at the BBC is stashed it away deep in the recesses of their web pages and said just a few words about the alternative and seemingly much, much better way of managing land masses and the people that live on it without harming them as much as this system harms them. And that's what we've got to talk about, something that the BBC is keeping very quiet indeed about. So, the question must be asked, why don't the BBC want to let the British public know about an alternative way of managing the nation and the planet? Why don't they want people to know of an alternative way, other than the way that we do things already, which, when you really think about it, is a total disaster environmentally, in the area of these stupid, insane wars that keep on going on. What are we supposed to be doing? Carrying on with the same old crap. We've got to change what we're doing. We've got to change the way that we're doing things. But this government doesn't want to change, does it? It wants to carry on the way it's carrying on, aiding this abomination in the United States, which is Zionism. It's a thing that dictates to every single one of us, and we comply. And it's destroying the planet. When will we